Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Ma'am Andrea. We are going to present our practice in opening and questioning the material to the students. So here we go. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Morning, class.
Morning, ma'am. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before we begin the lesson, let us pray together. With the class captain.
Lestari, ma'am.
Okay, Lestari, can you help me to lead the prayer?
All right, ma'am. Okay, class, before we start our lesson, let's pray together. Ya Allah, our God, thank you for everything, for health that you give to us today, for many blessings that we receive day by day. Ya Allah, please give us ability to understand what our teacher gives to us, so the knowledge can be useful for us and many people around us. Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Okay, thank you very much, Lestari. How are you doing?
Quite fine, ma'am.
We are fine. How about you, ma'am?
How about you, ma'am?
Okay, I'm fine too. I hope everyone are in good condition today and ready to learn. Is everyone come to the class? Let me call you one by one. Okay, now we can start the lesson. And since this is our first meeting, let me introduce myself. My name is Rahma Shoumi. You can call me Miss Alice. I'm from Universitas Negeri Malang, and I'm going to be your English teacher for this semester as a part of my teaching practice program. I hope we can get along and do our best in this semester. So today we are going to learn about introduction. Is anyone here know what is an introduction?
I don't think so, ma'am.
Yes, Djagad?
I don't think we know about the introduction.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it again?
I'm sorry. I don't think the class know about the introduction is what introduction is.
Okay, it's okay. A moment ago, I introduced myself to you as your new teacher. In there, I said my name and I said where I'm from, and that's an example of an introduction. Can you get the point of introduction by now?
I think so, ma'am. I think I get the idea.
Okay, that's really glad to hear. And now let's open your book. We will learn more about introduction after this. Okay, student, as we learn from the book, it says that introduction is when we meet new people and we have to introduce ourselves. So my question here is, imagine if you are meet someone new, for example, going to your new school and then you meet new friends. What are you going to ask to your new friend to know more about him or her? Yes, anyone?
Me, ma'am, may I?
Yes, Lestari.
So I think I will ask, who is your name and where do you come from?
Okay, very good. Like what Lestari answered before, in introduction, we mentioned about our personal information about ourselves, so other people can get to know more about us. And then, is there any question about or anything about introduction that you still don't understand? Okay, it seems everyone get the material. It seems like everyone understand the material well for now. So let's just continue. Okay.
Okay.
Hello class, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
First of all, I want to know who is the captain of this class.
Djagad, sir.
Please, Djagad, please lead the prayer.
Okay, sir. Okay, guys and friends. Before we start our lesson today, let us pray together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, we thank you for your blessings, health, and strength that you always give to us. Make useful for us what you have taught us and teach us knowledge that will be useful for us. Amin. Amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin.
Thank you, Djagad, for leading the prayer. How are you today, class? Are you ready for today's lesson?
Yes,
Sir.
I'm fine,
And
sir.
I'm ready
to
for the class.
start the lesson.
How about you, sir?
I'm fine too. I'm glad that everyone ready for today's lessons. I will check your attendance one by one. Whoever I call must raise their hand. Pray memories. Since this is our first time we meet, let me introduce myself first. I'm Arif Barlaman from Universitas Negeri Malang. I'm here as a part of teaching practice. I will be here to teach you for one semester. I hope we can get along. Since this is our first meeting on this subject,
I'm sorry, sir, but I think you're muted.
oh, I'm sorry. Since this is our first time we meet, let me introduce myself first. I'm Arif Barlaman from Universitas Negeri Malang. As a part of teaching practice, I will be here to teach you for one semester. I hope we can get along. Since this is our first meeting on this subject, so we will learn about introduction. Anyone here know about introduction?
Sir, can I try to answer?
Yes, Djagad.
So introduction oftenly used when we first meet each other, maybe for example, between Lestari and me, we meet for the first time, so we introduce each other. Maybe it is the answer for me.
Okay, next we will learn further about introduction. But firstly, let's open your book at page 5. All right, class, have you read the book?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me ask you something. Have you ever do introduction ability before?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us the experience when you introducing yourself?
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question?
Can you tell us your experience when introducing yourself? I mean your experience in the when you meet someone for the first time and you did the introduction activity, like when you what do you ask and what do you tell to someone?
Maybe I can try some.
Okay, Djagad.
So today I meet a new friend named, is it his name? I'm sorry, named Adin, and I told him my name and then my origin, where I came from, and then what major am I. So it is some basic information about me.
What a nice experience, Djagad. Based on the experience Djagad have ever said, what do you believe the proper way to introduce yourself? Anyone want to answer? I think Lestari.
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, sure. Based on what Djagad have said, what do you think a proper way to introduce yourself?
Proper way to introduce ourselves is, I think first we should create the people that we want to that we meet, and then we say our name and our about ourselves first. I mean, we introduce ourselves first, and then we ask them to introduce themselves after that.
That's great, Lestari. Anyone to add something?
I think no, sir.
Yes. All right. According to the course book, our next activity is work in pair, and please practice with your partner to introduce yourself each other. Okay, pray memories. I think that's all. Have you have any question, class?
No, sir.
No, sir, I think.
All clear.
Okay.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So, how are you feeling today? You feel great now?
I'm feeling fine, sir.
Fine, sir.
That's great to hear, everyone. Well, unfortunately, I'm not feeling very well today because, well, I'm kind of sick now. But it doesn't mean that it'll deter my determination to teach you all. And yes. Alright, so before we start today's lessons, I would like to ask someone to lead the prayer, and I will need to show you. I need to present, share some screen to you all. Oh, it's Alice just suddenly gone. Okay. I hope I hope she's back. Oh, who's the host of this Zoom meeting?
Me, sir, I think. Wait, I will switch the host to you.
Yes, please. So I can share my screen.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I would like to choose someone to lead the prayer. I guess Lestari can lead the prayer, and everyone can read the prayer as well in the screen, but in your heart. But Lestari, you can read it out loud. Can you please?
Okay, sir. So everyone, before we start our lesson today, let's pray together. Ya Allah, our God, to you belongs all praise. We pray to you for all the blessings so we can study and do our learning activities on this day given by our teacher. Hopefully, the knowledge we gain will be beneficial to ourselves, our future, and our nation. Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin.
Thank you very much, Lestari. Right, so I suppose this is our first time meeting in this lesson, this meeting. So I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Arif Suhardi, and I am from Universitas Negeri Malang in pursuing the teaching program for this whole semester. So I hope we can all get along together. I hope we can learn so much today, and yes, I really looking forward into a better future. Right, so I think I will tell you guys about some activities that we are going to do today. Since this is our very first time, I think the lessons that we will learn today is about introduction, about introducing ourselves, and about some way we can introduce ourselves, some information or some things that we can tell someone, and then we will do some activities, and from the book we will do some read aloud, so we can familiarize ourselves to do some speaking, do some dialogue speaking and all sorts. And there will also be a homework that all of you need to finish for the upcoming what is it? For the upcoming some sort of project, I suppose, but it's basically something like presenting yourself in front of people. That is for next meeting, of course, and yes, that is all. Right, so about introductions. So if you know about introduction, is something that we do when we meet someone for the first time. But do you all know what are the things that you can tell to someone for the first time? Anyone can answer this question?
I'm sorry, sir, but can you repeat the question for us?
Okay, perhaps my question is not clear, and that is all right. So, when you're when you're meeting someone for the first time, perhaps when you are introduced by someone in some places, like perhaps a cafe, or maybe some other places, when you meet someone for the first time, like where your friends from other friends wants to. When you're being introduced by someone to someone, what are the things that you tell to those for the first time? Is my question still not clear?
Okay. May I answer it, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
So when we first meet someone, we will tell them our name and maybe our origin place or maybe our occupation as well.
Yes, that is very good, Lestari. We mentioned our names, our origins of place and occupation, but do you think is that all? I think there's actually more than that. Can anybody wants to add up?
I think, Mister,
Yes, go ahead, Arif Barlaman.
we can add our hobby, our origin, our resident, then our favorite food, or I think uh, our family members' name. That's all.
Yes, well, other than family members, perhaps. Yes, that is. Yes, that is correct, a good way to tell someone about our things. Yes, I think for the family members, we can probably learn about it in the next meeting, but that is alright. That is good, Arif Barlaman. And then something about telling ourselves, something about introducing our hobby to someone kind of piqued my interest. What do you think about showing off your hobby to someone? Is it something really necessary to tell someone about it? Can anyone answer this question? Anyone?
I'm sorry, sir. I still not get it about the question.
Right. Yes, Arif Barlaman. Yes, something. Yeah, you mentioned about telling our hobby to someone. Is it really necessary? Like, why do you think that telling our hobby to someone is necessary when we introduce?
I
Perhaps,
think
all right. Perhaps Alice Rama can answer the question.
I think it is not not it is obligatory, but by telling other people our hobby, maybe we can find others who share the same hobbies with us. I think it is okay if you do not want to talk about your hobby, but it is also okay if you want to share your experience or your hobby to new people. I think that's so.
Right, that's a very good answer from you, Alice Rama. But anyone perhaps have other opinion than Alice Rama?
no, sir.
So I think you guys can agree with that answer, right? Because, well, I do feel the same as well. I also agree to that answer, right? That's very good, everyone. Thank you for answering those questions. Now I think we can move on with actual material. So about giving an introduction to someone, of course we tell our names, our addresses, our place of origin, and like Arif Barlaman said, our hobbies, our favorite hobbies, and perhaps if we actually have some occupation things that might interest someone when we meet them for the first time.
Okay, good morning class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, before we start our lesson today, I think it's better if we pray first. So I would like to invite the class captain to lead the prayer. Who is the class captain here?
I think it's Arif Barlaman, ma'am.
Okay, Arif Barlaman, can you please lead your friends to pray?
Sure, ma'am. Please, my friend, I will lead the prayer. Prayer start. Dear Allah, the God of all universe, thank you for today. Thank you for always provide us with your knowledge and health. Help us to focus our heart and mind now on what we are about to learn. We ask all this in the name of Allah. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Amin.
Okay, thank you, Arif Barlaman. So, everyone, how are you doing today?
Quite good, ma'am. How about you?
Okay, okay, I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to hear you all in a good condition. So I think we can start our lesson today. Okay, before we really start our lesson, I think I will check your attendance first. I will call your name one by one. Okay, so I think it must be the four of you in this class, but I think Arif Suhardi is missing. Anyone know where Arif Suhardi is?
I heard that he is sick, ma'am.
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's hope for Arif so he can get well soon. And for you all, please keep your body healthy, eat well, sleep well, so you can keep your health, your body health. Okay, so since this is our first meeting, let me introduce myself first. My name is Lestari Islamiati. You can call me Mistari or Butari. I am an English language and education student from Universitas Negeri Malang, and I will be here to teach you as as the part of my teaching practice. So I think we will meet in this lesson for this whole semester. I will teach you and you will be my students for this whole semester. So I hope that we can get along together. So today we will have our first material, and this is related to our condition that we just made in the first time for the first time. So anyone can tell me what introduction is? Anyone?
May I, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Is it like what you did when starting the class, like mentioning your name?
Yes, that's correct. Like the introduction was something that we can do, like I do previously in the beginning of this class. I introduce myself so you all will know who I am and what my purpose of being your teacher in this class. You will mention your name, you will mention your class, maybe your occupation, etc., and many things else that you want other people to know. So today we will learn a little bit about introduction, since you have already know something about introduction, and also we will do some practice as well. Okay, class. So we know that today is our first meeting, and we're going to learn about introduction. And I assume that all of you have known very well about what introduction is, isn't it?
So,
Okay, so now my question is, in what occasion did we introduce ourselves? Anyone can answer?
Me, ma'am, I want to
Yes.
answer.
Yes, please,
Uh,
Arif.
We introduce ourselves when we first time meet someone.
Okay, when we first meet someone, yes, that's because uh, the introduction are used to give give everyone, not everyone, give other people an overview about ourselves. So it should be the one that we meet for the first time, that we don't know us, and we tell them about ourselves. So if it's you who do the introduction, what will you say in your introduction?
Mimam, can I
Yes,
answer?
sir, please. Yes, Jagad, please. Sorry.
Maybe if it was me, then I will tell my my partner, about my name, and then my origin, where do I come from, and then I think that is the very basic information that we should give to other when introducing ourselves.
Okay, nice answer, Djagad. So, as Djagad said, that you should tell them your name and then your origin, and maybe you can add other things that you think it can be important thing that they should know. Okay, everyone, I think you all have already known about introduction and we have already learned about it today. So any question about introduction? Anyone?
I think.
Okay, so I think I assume that you all understand, and if you have any question, feel free to ask it to me. Okay.
Okay. Good morning, class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
sir.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Morning,
Good morning, sir.
Okay, good morning. So, before we start the class, I would like to invite the class captain to lead us to a prayer. So, who is the captain of the class?
Alice, sir.
Okay, Alice, can you lead us for a prayer, please?
What is that?
Can you please lead us to a prayer?
Please wait a minute, sir.
Okay.
Ya Allah, our God, thank you for giving us health and strength. Please bless us with your generosity to open our hearts and mind as we receive the knowledge given by our teacher. Amin, amin ya rabbal alamin.
Amen. Yeah. Thank you so much, Alice. Okay, how are you this day, students?
We are
I'm
fine, sir.
Thank you.
How
And
about you, sir?
Oh, I'm pretty good myself. Thank you for asking. And I hope everyone is safe and sound in this pandemic situation. Okay, this time we are going to learn about introducing ourselves. And to start things up, let me introduce myself first so it can be a little bit more comfortable in this class. So my name is Suryo Kurniansyah, and you can call me Pak Djagad or Mr. Djagad. That's fine. I am an English department student from Universitas Negeri Malang, and I will be your English teacher for this whole semester. So I hope we can get on well together. Okay, from my introduction earlier, can anybody talk to me about what is introduction? What is the definition of introduction?
me, sir, may I?
Okay, Lestari, go on.
So I think introduction is something we do when we first time meet someone, like you do in this in the beginning of this class. You introduce yourself as it's now our first meeting, so we will know who you are, your name, and your occupation, and something else.
Yes, that's a very good answer from Lestari. So, just as Lestari said, introduction is we basically give our information, maybe your name, your where do you came from, and then your what is your intention, maybe to other people when you first time meeting someone. And after this, I will check the attendance list, and when I call a name, please mention your nicknames. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, plenary. All right. After this, we will going to learn about introduction more deeper than before, and then maybe we can start to practice introducing yourself to your partner. So after this, after I explain to you the material, I will assign you into a pair, so you can introduce it to each other. All right, now that we know already the definition of the definition and the situation to do an introduction, I want to ask one single question. According to my explanation earlier, can you mention what is the best possible questions to ask in an introduction? Can anybody answer me?
I'm sorry, sir. What does it mean by those questions?
I mean, when we introduce ourselves to each other, we throw questions to them, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What kind of question we consider maybe the best or maybe the most appropriate question to ask in an introduction, or maybe to mention in an introduction?
Me, sir, may I?
Yes, Lestari?
I think the possible question is the question about their identity, like name, their origin place, or their occupation.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, that's a very good question. A very good answer from Lestari. So yes, just as Lestari said, maybe the most common and or general and maybe the most appropriate question for us when introducing ourselves for the first time is name, occupation maybe, and then our origin, where do we come from, and then maybe your age right now. It is possible to ask questions like that for your first meeting with someone. Okay, is there any question so far?
I
No,
think no,
sir. I
sir.
think.
Okay, that's good to hear. And we will move to the next part of our study.